Hello and welcome back to Let's Play The Dream Machine, Chapter 2. Yeah, it's been a while since the last Chapter 1 Let's Play. That's mostly due to the development time between the chapters being quite far apart, as there are only basically two people working on the game. One of them's making all of the cardboard and clay sets, and the other one is programming it on the computer. So yeah. But hey, let's continue with Chapter 2, and as you can see, we've just entered into Mr. Morton's office. So let's explore, shall we? Mr. Morton? I know you're in here. We found your camera. My wife's upstairs calling the police. They'll be here any minute. Okay. Let's look under the sofa, I guess. Nope, he's not hiding under the sofa. Well, for the dramatic tension, that's good at least. Examine toolboard. Some of Mr. Morton's tools are hanging over the desk. Toolbox. It's a box containing various tools. Okay, ink pad. We picked up the ink pad, pick up a stamp, and a piece of paper, apparently. Okay then. Now, what we want to do here, which will be important for our later puzzle, is to combine the stamp with the ink pad, so we have ink on it, and then stamp it on the paper. By doing that, we get a date, which says January 1st, 1971. That will come into play later, so yeah. For now, let's examine his bookcase, though, I guess. This shelf contains books on repairs and maintenance. Alright. These are mostly binders with business-related paperwork. These binders say receipts and invoices. Then there's also a separate book here. It has a star on the cover. Okay. And as you can see, it says Dream Journal 1973, marked with a star. Well, okay. Well, no, we won't be looking through that just yet, but yeah. On the last bottom shelf here, some of these binders date back to the 1970s. And I'm assuming the time in which the plot takes place here is current time, so yeah. Although I haven't really seen any computers or mention of any modern day technology really, but hey, maybe they'll state it later. There's something in the wall here. Seems to be a secret door or something. It looks like a secret door. I wonder what's behind it. And some scrawlings on the side of the door here. There seems to be something written on the wall. Okay. Right. Well, that doesn't really tell us much. But unfortunately, it will come into context later. Not during this chapter. Oh, well, we can't use exactly this in this chapter, but most likely in some other later chapters. I didn't know these were still in use. Yeah, it's what was it called? Victrola, in fact. But yeah, you can turn the handle here, and most likely that is related with the scrawlings. You have to turn it a certain amount of times each way to open the secret door. But as we do not have the code, we can't decipher what those symbols meant. We won't be trying that this time, at least. That's strange. I can hear his voice, but there's no one here. He must be hiding somewhere. I guess. Yeah, so we just entered what seems to be Mr. Morton's bedroom. Let's look under the bed. Nope, he's not hiding under the bed. I'm watching his bed, just like he was watching ours last night. Yeah, creepy that. Does that make us even? Not by a long shot, I'd say. Well, can't examine the stool or anything. Slippers. I can see how these would come in handy. There's a chilly draft running along the floor. Is that a clue or is that a clue? Cleaning gear. These don't seem to get much use. Okay. Mr. Morton seems to wear the same things every day. He has multiple of the same shirt, pants, and sweater vests. Well, that's a good game design choice, so they don't have to change clothes on him, I guess. Well, more books. It's called the It's called The Interpretation of Dreams, which is of course a paper or book written by Sigmund Freud, the inventor of psychoanalysis. Some books about dream symbolism. Alright. And there's something here, small book. It's called The Dictionary of Imaginary Places. Okay, this is getting very technical. It's a small transistor radio. His voice seems to be louder over here for some reason. I'm guessing that's the secret door then. And we have to do something to open it. Chair? It's a kid's chair. Does Mr. Morton have a child? Examine plunger. This seems to have been used on a daily basis since the 1970s. Okay. Examine dead plant. This might have been a fig tree once, but it's hard to tell without the leaves on. Examine beer bottle. I'm not familiar with this brand, but it looks like a lager. Alright. Seems to know his beers, at least. Mr. Morton seems to be a consummate Gauloise Bruns smoker. The ashtray's full to the brim. Okay. And a plant that's alive here. The succulent plants are easy to maintain. That probably explains why this one's still alive. Yeah, I guess. Electric water boiler. With all the comforts of modern home. With all the comforts of a modern home. Exactly. Well, we've stalled long enough. Here's the second book. Alright. Now, let's just examine these shelves. He seems to be reading lots of books about dreams and sleep studies. Yeah, he did mention that his grandfather had been using this whole apartment as sort of a research facility, and that all the rooms of the tenants, the apartments, had been used as wards. So, interesting. This shelf contains lots of old books about electronics. And then finally there's this, which is basically the puzzle that needs to be solved in order to open the door, or the shelf, which is a secret door. So let's just take all of these books, like so. Now the clue here is to let's see, there we are. Cleaning gear. Yeah. No, wait, that's wrong. Stamp paper. That's more right. Like it. So on the stamp it says January 1st, 1971. So what we want to do then is to open the book which chronicles the dreams of 1971, which is the sun-marked one, right? I just forgot. It was the January 1st, yeah. So this should be pretty easy. I think it's randomly generated, so sometimes you have to go pretty far into the book to find out how to position these things. But yeah, anyway, let's open the Dream Journal of 1971. And let's flip through. And there we are, January 1st, 1971. The dream is slipping. I have to write it down quickly. Then a moon-shaped package arrived. In my dream I was following a star. It became the sun, swimming lazily across the sky. A girl was there with wavy hair. My heart had stopped. I barely escaped the darkness this time. So, okay, that seems to be a pretty interesting dream in itself. But the point here is to look for key words that correspond to these different books. His dreams seem oddly repetitive. Yeah, if we had turn more pages, you would see that the same key words repeat throughout every dream. But as you can see here, they are marked wave, sun, moon, heart, and finally star. So let's open 1971 again. And there we are. The dream is slipping. I have to write it down quickly. Then a moon, star, sun, waves, moon. Oh, I'm terrible. I have a terrible memory, but yeah, moon, star, sun, wave, heart. Moon, star, sun, wave, heart. Moon. Oh, sorry. Star. Sun. Wave, I believe, yeah. And finally, heart. And there we go. Awesome. So it seems this is a pretty complicated building with many secret hideaways for whoever controls it. So let's go down, shall we? Oh my. Saving, yeah. I think that's a good thing. And now the door shuts behind us. It's closed shut. I can't see any locks or handles. So basically we can't go up the same way we came in. Or go back the same way we got in. So let's just continue here. We have to stop. I've noticed. The police are probably on their way right now. Okay. No, that's unacceptable. We can't have another Travis incident. That was hard enough to cover up as it was. These are people with friends and families. Somebody's bound to miss them eventually. Right.